Hello everyone. In this video I'll teach you about equipotential surface. Equipotential surface. As name implies equi. Equi means equal and potential means already we know what is potential. So we are studying equipotential surface. So surface at which the potential remains same or potential remain constant is called equipotential surface. Now what is the expression for potential? Potential is equal to V equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught multiply by capital Q by R, that already we have seen. So what we can say? We can say that potential depend upon two parameters basically. One is Q, another one is R. If the source charge is more, potential will be more. If the source charge magnitude is less, potential will be less. If distance of the point from the source charge is more, if the distance is more, potential is less. So inversely proportional we can say. Now, so for a point charge, if I take a point charge here, for a point charge, what equipotential surface you can draw? Will it be a cuboidal? Answer is no. Why? Because you see charge is same for every point, but the distance will not remain same. And since the distance will not remain same, we can say that cuboidal equipotential surface for a point charge is not possible. Why not possible? Because these distances are more or less. If distances are not constant, then potential will also not be constant. So for a point charge, equipotential surface will be a sphere. So for a sphere, at every point if you draw radius will always remain what? Same. And if the radius remains same, then we can say that potential will also remain constant and same throughout the surface. So that is why for a point charge the equipotential surface will be a sphere. Now let us see some properties of the equipotential surface. Number one, since the potential, you see, suppose this is a point charge and this is the equipotential surface for a sphere. Now if I want to take a unit positive charge from point A to point B, what will be the work done? First property is that no work is done. No work is done to take a test charge from one point to another on the equipotential surface. So let us see how. The potential difference between these 2 points is given by VA minus VB is equal to work done from A to B by work done to take the unit positive charge. Now since this potential is same, potential here and potential here is same, VA equal to, since VA equal to VB, work done AB must be equal to how much? 0. So we can say that no work is done. No work is done in taking a unit positive charge from one point to another on the equipotential surface. This is the first property. Second property now, the electric field is always right angle to the equipotential surface. Now you see, if I take a equipotential surface as sphere, now electric field must always be perpendicular. Electric field cannot be in this direction. It must always be perpendicular to the equipotential surface. Why? Because if equipotential surface is not perpendicular to the surface, if equipotential surface is not perpendicular, if electric field is not perpendicular to the equipotential surface, suppose this is the direction of electric field. So if it happens, what will happen? What will happen? The electric field will have two components, one along this direction E cos theta and another one along this direction E sin theta, along horizontal and along vertical. So you can say that here is an electric field in this direction, electric field is present. So along the surface, electric field is present. If electric field is present along the surface, that means what? E equal to minus dV by dr. E equal to minus dV by dr. So it tells us that electric field decreases. Electric field is in the direction where potential decreases. That means if electric field is in the direction, that means potential decreases from this point to this point. So if this point is A and this point is B, the potential at A will be greater than the potential at B, because this formula tells us that, I'll tell you this one later on. This formula tells us that electric field is in the direction where potential decreases. Now if electric field is there in this direction, along the surface, if electric field is there, that means potential decreases this direction. And if potential decreases, that means what? Potential at A must be greater than the potential at B. So if potential is at A is greater than the potential at B, then work done will not be equal to 0, because this will have some positive quantity, and if it has some positive quantity, work done will not be equal to 0. So if work done is not equal to 0, this surface will not be equipotential. If work done along the surface is not equal to 0, that means this surface is not equipotential. So what we can say? We can say that electric field must always be perpendicular to the surface. If it is perpendicular, then this component will not exist, and if this component will not exist, then work done will not be equal to work done will be equal to 0. If work done equal to 0, then we can say that the given surface is nothing but the equipotential surface. Second property. First point property is what? No work is done in taking a unit positive charge along the surface. Second one is that electric field must always be perpendicular to the equipotential surface. Third point is the equipotential surface helps to distinguish the region of a strong field from that of the weak field. Means if equipotential surfaces are very close, then we can say here a field is strong, and if equipotential surfaces are very far away, that means electric field over here will be very less. If the concentration of the equipotential surface is very, they are very less, spaced, then we can say that here electric field is more. If the equipotential surface are very separated, then we can say that here electric field strength will be very, very less, or we can say weak. So three properties we have studied. The fourth property is two equipotential surface can never intersect each other. Two equipotential surface can never intersect each other. Why? Because if suppose one charge is there, positive charge, so it will have some equipotential surface. Another charge is there here, so equipotential surface it will have. So you see, due to this charge here potential will be there, and due to this charge also potential will be there, and these two potential are not same. So that means at the point of intersection, how many potential will be there? Two values of potential will be there. So which is not possible. So two equipotential surface can never intersect each other. Why? Because if they do, then at the point of intersection, how many direction will have? There will be two direction, which is not possible. And also fifth property is that equipotential surface tells us the direction of the electric field. How? If equipotential surface is given to us, just draw a perpendicular line on it. That will indicate nothing but the direction of electric field, because already I told you that electric field is always perpendicular to the equipotential surface. Now let us see some equipotential surfaces for the point charges. For one positive point charge, and these are the pattern of the electric field. These are the pattern of the electric field. So you just draw a spheres around that. So these are the these are the equipotential surfaces. These are the S1, this is S2, and this one is S3. Equipotential surface. Equipotential surface for a point charge. This is the equipotential surface for a point charge. Now, for a uniform electric field, if electric field is uniform, then for this equipotential surface will be a simple plane surface for a uniform electric field. This is number one for point charge, and this one for uniform field. Third one is for electric two positive charges. If two positive charges are present, let us first draw the pattern of the field lines. Already we know that the pattern of the field lines will be in this pattern. These are the pattern of the field lines. So equipotential surface will be, see, you have to draw the equipotential surface in such a way that the field lines are always perpendicular. In order to do that, first one will be very, very easy. You can draw this all will be perpendicular. But second one, you see, you have to go little bit like this in this pattern, then only it will be perpendicular. So that means here concentration will be less, and here it will be, here will be more, here it will be less. Yes, it will come like this. So this is the equipotential surface for two positive charge. For two positive charges. Positive charges. Similarly, let us say for electric dipole. For dipole. So one positive charge is there and one negative charge is there. So for dipole, how will be the electric field? It will be in this direction. This is the direction of the electric field lines. Already you know these are the direction of the field lines for electric dipole. So if you want to draw here, so here it will be a little bit steepest and here it will be a little bit forwarded. You see it is forwarded here. Here also same way, here it will be a little bit closer and this side it will go a little bit farther. So this is the pattern of the electric field lines. Electric field lines for what? For two positive charge, and this is the for two electric dipole. So this much only in this video. We'll see remaining in the next video. Thank you very much.